Yes, you heard that right. When I was 13, I had my first love. But relax, it wasn't a person, it was my sport. Since this is my first speech, I want to tell something about myself. Not my name, not my degree, but something that truly shaped who I am today. If you know me, I come from this really academic background. Both my parents were professors, so academics were really important to me. My dad used to say,
Isha, both academics and sports are important for you.
and I tried to do exactly that. A bit of a backstory. I have always been an athlete. You see, from winning that potato race in LKG, yes, that was my debut, they gifted me a tiffin box. At least my mom was happy with that. To winning individual and overall championships in my later years of school life, sports was not just an extracurricular for me. It was a part of my identity. Have you ever heard of this phrase, jack of all trades, master of none? Well, you're wrong. It doesn't end there. The entire phrase goes by, jack of all trades, master of none, but often better than being the master of one. And I tried to do exactly that. I wasn't just an athlete of one sport. I was a swimmer. I was a badminton player. And then, when I was 13, I decided that if I wasn't allowed to play cricket casually, maybe it's time that I played officially. And then, that is where my journey actually began. My coach was extremely strict. And for your information, he was the assistant director. He used to compete me with the university level boys. Just imagine a 13-year-old versus 21-year-old boys. And obviously, I was slow. I was the slowest, and I lagged behind. My coach said, Isha, you're so slow. You're not even fit enough. The boys are better. What? The boys are better? That line stuck with me even today. If you know me, I have a lot of ego, and that line made me perform better every day. I strive. I showed up to the ground consistently every day. My schedule those days goes by this: 5:30 I wake up, 6 to 8 was my training session, 8:30 to 4:30 I had my school, and 5:30 to 7:30 I had my gym. Yes, I used to go to the gym. I was tired, really tired. When other moms were worried about their kids partying and getting influenced by the wrong people, my mom was worried that I was not getting enough rest. I was indeed not getting enough rest. I remember those days, I used to vomit on the ground because of running too much, but I still continued. It just went on day by day, month by month. At the end of the second month, I finally outran them. You see, I've won medals, yes, but the feeling when the same coach who told that you're not good, the boys are better, to pat on my shoulder and said, Isha, good job. That feeling was unmatchable. Fast forward to my 11th grade, because we had 10th and COVID, worst days of our life. In 11th grade, my school decided to appoint me as a sports vice captain of my school. I was happy. You see, we had organized a lot of stuff, and it just went by that. 12th grade, the most depressing years of our school life. I was in my math class, and tring tring, the bell rang. It was lunchtime. I opened the tiffin box, only to see curd rice, the second love of my life. I was devouring it. And then the mic goes to Isha SU of 12B2, come to the office immediately. I was shocked. Isha, what did you do now? And then I go into the office slowly, confused, only to see 4 of the physical education teachers sitting. The HOD added that the board of physical education department has decided to appoint you as the sports captain of the academic year 2023-2024. He also added that Isha, you are also the first female to be the sports captain of our school. I was speechless. You see the feeling with the same, I was the same girl who heard that boys were better. And then now, in a male-dominated school like mine, saying that I am the first female sports captain, I was happy. But that didn't stop me. The next day, the council was announced on stage. I was standing here, and the boys who were house captains, I heard them say that, a girl? How can I go under a girl? How can I work under a girl? They said. I was angry, but I remained quiet because that is what my sport had taught me. Then fast forward to the sports day. The march past was over, and the sports captain had come out, and then all the house captains would go down to the sports captain with their flags, and I had taken the lead. And I hope that that day, all the ego, all the hopes of those boys were just gone. Because the ground sees no gender. Leadership doesn't see any gender.